Hi, this is Deepika Padukone.
And I'm Ranveer Singh.
Keep watching
Bollywood Hungama.
You spoke about the entire scale and the drama bit. Bajirao and Mastani, they are actual historical real characters somewhere, and all these opposition has been coming in from the families of Peshwa Bajirao and Mastani Bhai Sahab. Recently they had a press conference as well, and they have like multiple objections in terms of Pinga, the way that Kashi Bhai and Mastani, they never came together. I think they met only once, and a lot of other things, that how can they be shown in terms of the romantic element. He was after Shivaji, he's one of the greatest Maratha warriors. So how do you guys just tackle these sort of this sort of opposition that is coming almost right at the release time, and apparently those guys were invited on the sets in August and they were pretty happy with the entire thing at that point of time. So how do you guys look at this entire thing that has come about recently?
I don't know. I think we still have to do what we have to do, and you never make movies to intentionally irk anyone or to hurt people's sentiments. The only thing that we're trying to do is educate the audience about Bajirao and Mastani, and in fact the love story that we're portraying, or what Sanjay Leela Bansali's vision is a very, very small chapter in the larger scheme of things.
Apparently it's based on a book.
Yeah.
Movies based on a book.
But the love story or the angle that we have picked up is one aspect of his entire life. And I'm sure there's a lot more to his life than just this. But this is the path and the theme and the story that we have chosen to tell. That, and I think the fact that yes, with every film we do take certain creative liberties. I may not be the right person to comment on what those liberties are. I think the writer and the director are probably the right person to address your question. But the intention to make a film is always to educate the audience about epic characters and legendary characters like Bajirao and Mastani, and also through that be able to entertain the audience. That's one aspect of it, and also I think that sometimes we need to allow a film to release first, and then maybe sort of have objections towards maybe something that has been portrayed, instead of reacting even before you've seen the entire final product.
Do you somewhere feel that maybe the cinema movie stars, they tend to be like soft targets because
I coined a new word today.
Yeah. Fictional.
Histro-fictional.
Okay.
The film,
apparently there will be a disclaimer as well. That
There will be a disclaimer. Look, man, it's not a propaganda film. It's mainstream entertainment. Mr. Bansali is being very upfront and saying it's a work of fiction. It is inspired by this particular book, Peshwa Gharanyacha Itihas. And it's his interpretation of that book that he's telling the story of. Which is why at the top of the film he will include that slate. Like she said, it's never our intention to hurt sentiments. It's simply what our hearts are completely clean, right? We're trying to do our best to make a piece of cinema that has a lasting memory. We're trying to give wide mass audience a memorable big screen experience that they'll hopefully keep in their hearts for years and years. That is our intention. So along the way, to put a spanner in the works and stuff like that, it happens way too often nowadays.
Because it's like 10 days for release.
Yeah.
They could have asked for the script maybe a long time back, and and apparently they came on the sets in August, and I think you guys have spoken about that as well. And
I mean, it was a great interaction. We spoke about how great Peshwa Bajirao was, and we spoke about his life, and they were very happy. They came to our set. We had beautiful lunch that Mr. Bansali had organized, took some pictures. It was a good time. So yeah, I mean, like Deepika said, honestly, our responsibility as actors is limited. We get material, it is our job to justify it and execute it to the best of our potential. Ultimately, it's not our place to comment on such things. All we can say is watch the film. And if there are any further questions or grouses, they'd be better addressed by the writer, director and producer.
somewhere it also, I think, takes the legacy of Peshwa Bajirao to the world somewhere. I'm sure that many people wouldn't be
Yes,
even be knowing about it.
I've studied in South India.
Yeah.
I've studied history, and Bajirao was never a chapter. So why, my issue is always, why do we always look at the negatives?
Exactly.
Why can't we look at the positives? Why can't we say that, okay, fine, 100% of it may not be true, but I'm sure 70-80% of it is true, and hopefully through this film we're educating today's youngsters about Bajirao and his all his achievements. Instead of sitting and saying, oh, but this was not portrayed correctly, that was not portrayed correctly, we're making people aware of who he was. And of course, like I said, we are making a film at the end of the day. Of course, we're going to take cinematic liberties when we make certain films.
Especially when it's mainstream entertainment. We're not making a documentary.
Yeah. No one coming to watch a documentary in the first place. Anyway.